Alright everybody, the Erik Ten Hag era has kind of now got started at Manchester United. Obviously, if you're not aware, I'm a Man United fan. People have been asking for me to do one more video just basically on the tactic he's kind of put together in recent weeks. It is still a long way off being an Erik Ten Hag team, but there is still little principles and it does actually set up really nice in Football Manager and in the match engine. Alright guys, let's get into it. Smash a like on today's video. Let me know down in the comments. I think Man United are 3 or 4 players short of being a decent side. I think they need a new goalkeeper. I think they need another midfielder. They definitely need a centre forward and potentially another right back as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. 4 big transfers next summer. Alright, let's go and see what I've put together in FM22. As always, tactics links down in the description takes you over to my friends at FM Scout. The direct downloads and the Steam link is all there for you to put into your game for one last little bit of FM22 action. As always, subscribe for all the content ready for FM23, including live streams, let's plays, tactics videos, the lot. Alright guys, let's get into it. Okay, now this is the team that I have put together. It's what, even though Casemiro hasn't started yet, it's kind of what I think is going to work with Manchester United once Casemiro sort of like gets himself match fit and used to maybe Ten Hag style of play. He's not rushed him into it. I think over the next few weeks and stuff, he'll get more game time, probably after the international break. Now, few things to discuss. As this is FM, you don't get that real fluent, interchangeable in terms of roles. Malacia and Dalot both do inverted wing backs in build up. Both of them, not both of them, one of them at a time will come in. Sometimes it's Malacia to make a back three. Dalot will get high and wide. Sometimes Malacia will get high and wide, and Dalot will come in. So if you're really wanting to give this Ten Hag fluency, I think you're going to have to do, unfortunately, is to interchange these roles during games. So sometimes halfway through games, just swap it about. Let Dalot come in, let Malacia go around the back. So just for now, I've put Dalot in there, just because Dalot's a little bit technically better than Malacia. So this is why I want that. And also with Anthony getting as an inverted winger on attack, he's going to get into those areas really wide. Anthony likes to stay wide anyway, so it made sense to have Dalot more of the inverted wing back. Okay, goalkeeper is obviously still, unfortunately, David De Gea, goalkeeper on defend. I think Manchester United will sign a new goalkeeper in the summer. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say a name. I'm going to say Jordan Pickford. There, I've said it. Just someone who can progress the ball. When Onana was suspended at Ajax with his drug ban, they needed a new keeper, even though they still had Stecklenburg, the ex-Everton goalkeeper, the obviously former Ajax goalkeeper as well. When he was there, they decided to go for a 38-year-old who was good with his feet. Not great at shot stopping, but someone who could build out from the back. He soon realised that David De Gea can't do it. All David De Gea's kicks now are extremely long. He only passes short when there's no pressure on the defenders. Okay, so we've got David De Gea simply as a goalkeeper on defend. Inverted wing back on the right hand side is Dalot, inverted wing back on support. Varane, ball playing defender on defend. I did think about asking him potentially to dribble more. He does dribble a little bit. He gets into these areas when he has space, but he's not 100% comfortable on it. Obviously, we're going to try and encourage Martinez. That's why we've got him as a stopper. We want to see him breaking passes and getting forward a little bit more. And then on the left-hand side, we've got Malacia just as a wing-back on support. Right in here has kind of been the Scott McTominay role. He's been a little bit... I think Scott McTominay is much better when he's got someone behind him who then he can make these sort of like bursting runs into the penalty area, into the final third. But he's actually done quite well in the middle of midfield alongside Eriksen. But I've just gone for Casemiro, central midfielder on defend. I think, is he going to become a half-back or something like that? No, I can't... Ten Hag does like to build up with a 3, sometimes with fullbacks, sometimes with a holding midfield. So I think at times we will see a Casemiro. We've seen Eriksen drop in here at times. Both fullbacks have gone on quite high, and Eriksen has come back in here. So this is why I've put Eriksen as a roaming playmaker, just so he can literally get into little pockets everywhere. And I have actually seen at times that he's got into sort of like to make up a back 3 and allowed Malacia to push on that left-hand side. So Eriksen, roaming playmaker. On the right, Anthony, with player instructions, take more risks, very creative, very adventurous, shoot more often because he loves to come in on that left foot and hit, and stay wider. He loves to start wide, create that opportunity for a 1v1, create that little bit of space as well for an underlapping run, potentially for Fernandez, potentially even a Dalot as well. On the left-hand side, we've gone for Sancho, and I've just asked for him to be an inverted winger on support, but roam from position. We want him to just come involved and get involved a little bit. I don't want him to hug the touchline. He's not like that. He needs touches of the ball. And then obviously if he comes inside and roams a little bit, Malacia will then get on the overlap. Shadow striker, Bruno Fernandes. Shadow striker obviously on attack. No player instructions for him. Very dangerous. He will score lots of goals in this tactic for you. And then Marcus Rashford. I think under Martial, you were looking at a deep line forward on support. You were looking at maybe a false nine. But for Marcus Rashford, it has to be a pressing forward on attack. Really good form from him up until, obviously, we've had the little mini break with the games cancelled at the weekend. But he looks really good in that number 9. I'm still not 100% sold on him being the striker. I would like to see him out on this left-hand side a little bit and focus more on those little runs from out to in between sort of like fullbacks and defenders. I think Martial does deserve a go up there. He will get a go up there at some point. I think it may help us move the ball, retain possession. If you think about Martial's link up with Rashford for the goal against Liverpool, I think it was Martial sort of like dropping into this area here and then Rashford in here and then running from deep in that 1v1. He was playing on the left, obviously, when he scored that second goal. So there you go. There is the 4-2-3-1. With positive mentality, wide attacking width, underlapping right, because we've got Anthony stuck out on that right-hand side. We want that underlapping run from maybe a Dalot, a Fernandes, maybe Bruno Fernandes, sorry, Dalot and maybe a central midfielder. Working to the box, Rashford, Martial, not great with balls in the box anyway, so we're just going to ask them to play it down. Shorter passing, I think over time, this will come to very short, and they will look at playing the ball much better. We'll keep possession, but at the moment, he's been a little bit more pragmatic if it is Erik ten Hag, so we've just gone with slightly shorter. I think you'll see us dominate games. People are worried about when we play teams with a low block. I think we'll be fine because we've got Eriksen, we've got Anthony, we've got players like Rashford that can still stretch the play. Sancho, I think with coaching, I think the issue we had with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer against low blocks is that we didn't have the coaching ability to get players into areas. You could tell we hadn't really worked on stuff. However, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Erik ten Hag will be very good at setting up his team to break down low blocks. Remember, he's used to that as well. Loads of low blocks against him at Ajax in the Eredivisie. I know it's a different level, different standard, but the principles of play are still exactly the same. Higher tempo, we want to move that ball quickly. In transition, counter press and countering, pretty standard. It's FM, but once again, it's pretty standard Manchester United in terms of countering. And then I think the counter press will come more and more throughout the season when the team gets used to what Ten Hag wants to do. Take long kicks. Because David De Gea has been terrible playing out from the back, it's not great. It does turn over possession a little bit, but it's what the tactic is doing at the moment. And then out of possession, higher the line, higher defensive line. We're not going overkill here. Force opposition out wide and more often trigger press. All right, let's go and see what it looks like in the match engine. Okay, we've started the season pretty well. We beat Crystal Palace first game of the season. Ronaldo came on and scored a header in the 88th minute. And then the second game of the season, we've absolutely destroyed Southampton. There is Anthony picking up the ball, passing into space. That's the run that you get with Marcus Rashford pressing forward on attack. You will see this, I think, a lot this season. If any team dares to do a high line like Liverpool did, then they will get punished with Marcus Rashford. This is what I hear, FM22, something that I'm going to speak about in a video next week. Things that need to change in the game, and default set pieces are an absolute joke. Eriksen's whippage, Anthony, probably unrealistic that Anthony's getting on the end of that, but Christian Eriksen is wonderful with his delivery, a lot better than Bruno Fernandes. And then here, it's interesting because I love the position of the defenders. I love the position of Dalot. He's literally acting as a bit of a half-back there, as that inverted winger-back on support. Casemiro is getting involved. We've got 4 bodies in the penalty area. We've got Eriksen and Casemiro on the edge of the area. We've got Malacia and Dalot being able to then sort of like pin teams in. They're not going to be able to break in this setup. And obviously we work it quite nicely with Eriksen on the ball. Comes out, Rashford, lovely touch. Anthony in there. Lovely goal, bordering on offside, but I just love those positions of the fullbacks. And then Anthony into Bruno Fernandes, into Rashford. You will get that a lot, as I said. Fernandes is so good at just playing it, not simple, but getting his head up, moving the ball into an area. And there we go, Marcus Rashford. How many goals do you think he'll score this season? I think he's on for a 20 in all comps, regardless if he moves out to the left and move to the right. I think he's gonna be. I think he's going to carry on his form regardless if he moves out to that left-hand side. And then the game that we've just played, we've just absolutely smashed Nottingham Forest 6-0. Bruno Fernandes from the spot. This is a break. Header from their corner. Anthony, Rashford combining again. Rashford just stretching the play so quick. Defenders can't catch him on that counter-attack. Man United have been so good at the counter-attack so far this season. And then once again, look at Dalot. Inverted wing-back on support. By the way, my main save for FM23 is going to be in Holland, and we're going to bring a bit of total football back. And I'm thinking of using 2 inverted wing-backs to be my sort of like midfield anchors. So make sure you subscribe for the channel for that. That's a little spoiler for you today. Dalot, Eriksen. Obviously, you've got Eriksen roaming, but he's got the vision as a roaming playmaker to pick out passes. Bruno Fernandes getting in the box, shadow striker, and Sancho getting a little bit of luck, but we worked it really well. Free kick again, Eriksen from deep. Goalkeeper having an absolute nightmare as Fernandes tapped home. Sancho now working the left-hand side, getting a 1v1. Working with Eriksen. Everything goes through Eriksen as well in this tactic. Sancho doing really well. Rashford in and around the penalty area, but I said Eriksen again, the main man. Free kick, Eriksen. There you go, have some of that. He has actually been, let me know your comment down in the comments, who has been the best Man United player though so far this season. For me, bearing in mind the first 2 performances, to be fair, he was quite good against Brighton. It was maybe the Brentford performance that shook Eriksen up a little bit, but for the last few weeks, he's been really impressive. Him and Martinez have been absolutely superb. All right, guys, that's it. It's quite as simple. It is not. I think when FM23 comes out, I will do another Erik ten Hag video. I think the tactic is not going to change, but I think we'll see different things coming together in terms of how the team presses. We may be able to set up some more better trigger presses, etc. in FM23. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Smash a like on today's video. Go and jump over to FM Scout where you can download the tactics for free. And of course, we'll see you at the next one. Take care. See you later.